I am a copy of someone else. To expect anyone to deal with such an absurd truth is absurd. My name is Sortiara. The only thing my name serves is to separate me from her. A copy. Could a being such as I ever hope to live my own individual life? That fear is what made me so easy to irritate. At the drop of a coin, my heart can fall into darkness. That must have shown in my face as the man sitting across from me, the one who had asked to meet me, looked frightened. People always look at sorcerers with the same eyes, like some disgusting vermin. This man was no different. All I did was return the glare. I was in a town called Elysium, a place eerily clean and devoid of waste. Something felt off. Even the pure wind that blew through hinted at something unsettling. Elysium had managed to avoid most epidemics and were regarded as germaphobes. The townsfolk had a particular hate for the color black, and it could not be found anywhere. They say that black is dirty and cursed. Having someone like me, dressed in all black, must have been unbearable for them. Luckily, I'm used to such looks of contention. Solitude is all I've ever known. A defiled person by nature, I've always been cast an outsider. Inside a small pub in town, I received the request. Not through Avalon, mind you, but as a mage for hire. They must have been desperate. Hell, I hadn't even gone through the ordeal yet. The task was to kill a monster known as Sabbath the Black Cat. It had once brought disease to the town, so the townsfolk chased it off. In fact, this is why they felt the color black was evil. Some villagers had fallen ill, so they surmised that the cat monster must be back and living in a nearby forest. So they hired me to kill it. Upon accepting, I left town and headed straight towards the forest where the beast was said to be residing. A voice from behind. A man from the town had been following me. I ignored him, but the suspicious and incoherent mumbling was getting to me. What? I barked back at him. Can I join you? The man spoke like that of a babbling child. I can't stand weak men. They disgust me. I was tempted to scold him, but I decided to just ignore him and carry on. He continued to follow. Stop following me, I warned. Please don't say that, he whined. His eyes were watery. Did he think that I'd be nice if he showed me that his feelings were hurt? You're annoying. Do you want me to kill you? He looked as if he was about to start crying. I continued onward, yet he persisted to follow. Keep your mouth shut, I snapped, completely out of patience. But I haven't said anything. The scrawny man was apparently born in Elysium. He was always bullied and blamed for everything, because he had black hair. I'm not cursed, you know. I knew what he was up to. He wanted credit for the assistance of killing Sabbath, so that the town might stop bullying him. I don't like you, I responded, unable to hold back my feelings. He must have thought I'd feel sorry for him. I didn't. He had black hair, so what? He could move if he wanted to. Me? I was alone no matter where I went. I tried to explain it to him, but he wouldn't understand. No one can. It was then that I noticed that monsters had gathered in front of us, blocking the path. Orcs, the result of cats corrupted by magic. They must be here to protect Sabbath. Oh, how I've waited for this. This was the perfect chance to satisfy the bloodlust in my right arm. I was born with a cursed arm. Normally, the blight in a sorcerer's right arm is the price they pay to wield such power. But I'm just a copy of someone else. I've had it since birth, despite not sacrificing anyone. I envy the normal world. I was born with this bloodlust. When I snapped back to reality, the man was holding my right arm back, tears in his eyes. Before me was a weakened cat. When a monster is near death, it reverts to its original form. The job of a sorcerer is to sacrifice them and seal the curse in their right arm. Get out of my way or I'll kill you too. But it's just a poor cat, he pleaded. I pushed him aside. Despite his weak appearance, there was power behind his grip. I took a deep breath. The smell of blood disgusts me, yet I doubt he'd believe me after the rampage I just went on. I also probably don't hate cats. I've long wanted to pet one, but how could I be sure that those were my feelings? Maybe these emotions I feel are just those of another. I don't even know how I truly feel about anything, which upsets me. I don't have a single memory that makes me smile. It's close, the man said. There were bloodstains all over. My target was close. My right arm throbbed, and with it, the sounds of voices. When a sorcerer sacrifices a soul, they absorb their memories, knowledge, and resentment. The one who made me, how many monsters had she sacrificed? Gaining the memories of the sacrificed changes a person. I can always hear their voices. Combined, they make an overwhelming rush of bloodlust. It wasn't I who killed them, yet I am cursed by them nonetheless. I came to an open area, and what a strange sight it was. Dozens of cats gathered in a circle around a large bloodstain on the soil. Black hair was everywhere. With that much blood, one would assume something had died here. This was no coincidence. The man was confused by what he was seeing. I told him it was like a funeral, but for cats. Does that mean that Sabbath is dead? Is that what you want me to say? I asked. He looked confused. You can stop pretending. I knew it was dead from the very start. My tone became rough. This had been a farce, and I had grown irritated as it went on. When the man grabbed my arm, I caught a glimpse of his from inside his sleeve. The blight. It was the arm of a sorcerer. He said he was born in Elysium, but there are no sorcerers in this area. And as weak as pathetic as he was, he had the gall to lie to me. According to the requester, the previous sorcerer dispatched to kill Sabbath the cat never came back. I think I know why. I guess my cover is blown, huh? Yes, I was the previous sorcerer tasked with killing Sabbath. But in doing so, I found out the truth of what really happened. The town of Elysium are paranoid of illness due to a string of cases that hit the town. No matter what they tried, it didn't seem to stop the sickness from spreading. They didn't have a clue what was causing it. One of those who fell ill was an old man whose cat wanted nothing more but to save him. Everyone in town chased it away due to its black fur, but not this kind of elderly man. The cat wanted to repay the kindness, so it set out to find the cause of the pandemic. Turned out that only those who didn't keep cats were the ones getting sick. Rats were infesting the houses unable to defend themselves. Once it alerted the other cats to what it had learned, they launched an attack on the rats. And they were right. The cause of the sickness was the rats. However, humans are not as wise as cats, not by a long shot. Seeing the blood-stained cats, the townsfolk were disgusted. Desperate to assign a reason, the people concluded that it was the cats who had caused the pandemic. After all, their leader had cursed black fur. What humans fear isn't sickness, it's that which they do not know or understand. Faced with the unknown, people will see things as they want to believe, regardless of the truth. Believing the cats to be the cause, the townfolk ran them out of town. Of course, this only meant the rats would return. And so did the pandemic. The people named the black cat leader Sabbath and hunted it. Despite everything, the cat still wanted to save its owner. The cat prayed and then was transformed into a monster, not to get revenge on the people of Elysium, but to save them. Sabbath, now a monster, drove away the rats and cleaned up the town, absorbing its filth. A powerful effect, as Elysium remains clean even to this day. The irony is that the townsfolk still didn't understand and drove away the monster before them, unaware that it had just saved them. From then forth, if anyone got sick, the people said it must be Sabbath. Humans find comfort in the stories they tell themselves, anything to avoid not knowing. Sabbath was the sacrifice to pay for the people of the town to find peace and health, including the cat's former owner. I didn't know any of this, so I took the job and killed Sabbath the cat, the man said as he winced in pain from his throbbing right arm. I see, I answered simply. I can't take this back. I cannot undo what I did. Yes, your sins run deep, I said as I glared back at him. Shall I kill you now? Here? If I were to accept my fate, would I atone for my sins? You're an idiot. Killing you wouldn't change anything. He looked perplexed. I had grown tired of the facade. If you want to hate humans, do so, but leave me out of your mess. He froze, unable to respond, so I decided to just come out with it. Enough of the games, Sabbath. He let out a loud moan like that of a cat. It was as I predicted. The right arm of a sorcerer is home to the souls of its victims, memories and knowledge from before even their lifetime. In rare circumstances, the soul of a sacrificed monster can take over the body of the sorcerer that killed it. This was not limited to just humans. He told me everything. Just as I thought, the cat had overtaken the body of the man. I returned to Elysium and told them everything, that Sabbath had been slain but now resides in the body of the Sorcerer, that he would come back for revenge. The people's faces went pale. They held a town hall and decided to start preparing for the day it returns. They offered me coin, but I just took food as compensation. I left town and returned to the forest. Things should remain peaceful there and can go back to normal. I placed the food I received on the ground. Several cats came to eat. They seemed down, likely sad about Sabbath. Amongst the cats was a small black kitten. It must be the child of Sabbath. If someone found it, surely it would be killed. What I told the town was not false. It was what Sabbath wanted me to tell them as well. It was not upset over its death, not planning to take revenge. Sabbath was just concerned with the cats of the forest. Humans might look to blame something new for their troubles. Sabbath knew this and decided to remain a threat in order to protect the other cats. Ironic that I would listen and agree to the request of a cat. I suppose I was jealous. While it was alone, it was not in solitude. It was using its life to protect those dear to it. I wonder if one day I'll have something, or someone, that important to me to protect. I picked up the black kitten, and in a way, a small wish of mine was granted. Something very selfish and unlike me. I pet the cat as it curled into a ball. It was so soft. If your father comes back, tell him I'm sorry I treated him as a weakling. The kitten meowed immediately back as if it understood. I was caught by surprise. I would never forget that memory, the soft touch of the small black kitten. It is the first memory I have of ever smiling. So what did you think of the story? I actually find it quite touching, especially after playing the game and knowing the significance behind the words. I am planning on doing a full playthrough of Soul Sacrifice Delta in English on this channel, so for all of you who are interested but can't get a Vita or a PlayStation TV for just one game, don't worry, I've got you covered. I hope you look forward to those stories, and until next time, happy hunting.